Paul Neyron is a rose from the hybrid perpetual class. The rose itself was bred by Anthony Levé from France in the 1860s. Now, this rose wants to get very tall, at least 150 centimeters, but some people also say it can go to 200 centimeters. That combined with a very large width that can get to about 80 to 100 centimeters, you're looking at a very big plant. It is, however, a very hardy plant because it is rated down to USD zone 4B, like many historic roses. Now, when this rose was first bred, it was quite a sensation because it was a time in Europe where Europeans started focusing on making roses for exhibitions, where the focus was on these very big blooms that you could cut and bring inside to these flower shows. And Paul Neyron is one of the first attempts of doing that. Sadly, I'm not getting that much fragrance on Paul Neyron. I'm getting about a 6 out of 10. It seems to vary a lot on fragrance. On some days, I swear, it's giving me a small damask note. On other days, it's really giving me a very confusing combination of notes I can't really describe. But I really don't think this is one to grow for fragrance. At best, when the stars align, it'll give you a moderate fragrance. The rest of the time, it will, in my opinion, just confuse you. So not the most fragrant, in my opinion. One thing I will mention, though, is the blooms on this one gets absolutely huge. Very big blooms because it was bred as an exhibition rose. So it will produce, I think, the largest blooms you'll see on a historic rose, which was also really what made it famous and has kept it in production until now. So it will definitely give you very big blooms. But I sometimes question if this rose hasn't been let down by time itself, because these days you can also get a lot of large bloomed roses and also with good fragrance, and some of them have much better health than Paul Neyron. So it kind of feels like one of those historic roses that kind of falls between two chairs, because even though it is very impressive with the big blooms, you also get a lot of rust issues on this rose. It has a really bad disease resistance to rust. And that combined with the low fragrance, more moderate fragrance, that is a tough pill for me to swallow, because I would have been more happy if I only had to tolerate one of those. But the combination of no fragrance along with a rust issue, that kind of puts this one on my list to maybe stop growing, because having to deal with one issue in a rose is enough. But the fact that it also kind of disappoints on fragrance and it is a historic rose, that kind of puts it on my watch list of possible roses to throw out. But maybe if you're running a spray garden, the rust won't be an issue for you, and you'll have a pretty large blooming rose. What I think is that this rose should be summed up as the following. It does have rust issues. It does give you very large blooms. Don't expect powerful fragrance from it. It is very frost hardy. And at the end of the day, you might be able to still make it work with a lot of spraying. But I will say this, grow this one for the big blooms, not because you think it is fragrant, because it will most likely let you down then.